Welcome to episode 184 of your Concealed Taco Dudes podcast. Today, it's me, Taco.
And me, Jason, with Concealment Solutions.
And we have a shorter episode for you today.
Yes.
It's one of those lunchtime episodes.
It'll be a quick one, but we wanted to get something in.
Also known as a quickie.
I'm not having a quickie with you.
Yeah, okay.
Let's knock out sponsors really fast.
NOE Bullet Molds at noebulletmolds.com. They are the finest makers of the finest bullet molds.
Yep. Use the code FLT001 and you'll save some bucks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've actually started doing some more casting and stuff lately.
Yeah?
Yep, so I'm actually getting ready for an activity with some younger adults. And yeah, we would say college kids or something.
There you go.
Taking a group, and I think you're helping out with that, aren't you?
Yeah, I plan to.
I am hopeful that you will be able to show. It's always nice when there are more safety people on the safety line.
Yeah,
shooting
for sure.
line, so that you can... I usually have at least one safety guy per shooter when I'm doing those groups, and that prevents things from getting out of hand, or, you know, especially when you're going out to like BLM land to shoot, and there's not like a, you know, an RSO or whatever you want to call the chief RSO overseeing it. I kind of take that role, and then I get a bunch of shooting buddies to be safety guys, and then I have them help the shooters shoot. And so I have, anyways. Yeah. Yep. Usually works out great. Yeah. We've you and I have been doing that a long time. Yeah. Taking groups of youth or adults shooting, and we haven't had any mishaps. Nope. Yet. So, you know, what's funny is I think I feel more safe going to the range, at least BLM range. Where I can control who's around me. Yes. But then like driving on the freeway. Yeah. I think you're how many times more likely to get severely injured or death if you hop on the freeway than going to the range?
Yeah, as long as, when you're with people that know what they're doing and everybody's being safe, and makes a big difference. Yeah. Also...
that was a tangent.
It was a tangent.
Crap, dang.
So much for... We were supposed to be done already with sponsors. Yeah. Utah Air Guns at utahairguns.com. Always good new stuff there. I think FX has got some cool new stuff, so go check them out at utahairguns.com.
Yes, and then coupon code AIRCANDY, and it'll give you free shipping and turret stickers.
Yep, I got an email from them saying they have a whole bunch of used inventory. So if you're looking to get into the airgun world, that PCP might not be a bad way to do it. So go check them out.
I was going to say, later on for part of the topic, or what we did with guns, I have, you know, I went on one of those annual critter elimination camping trips where it was all just air guns. Oh, all air guns. I wanted to chat about that a little later.
Yes, cool. Black Ice Coatings at blackicecoatings.com, the finest gun finishes in the world, and whatever else you want finished.
Yes. On the whatever else, Jason's had a bike.
I've had 2 bikes done. Yeah, hydro dipped.
And my daughters have been kind of pestering me about getting their climbing helmets customized.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mine is, it's funny because mine's just like one of those same Petzl helmets that everybody has, but it's not.
Not anymore.
Not with like metallic green skulls and stuff. Yeah. I still love that helmet. Yeah. I kind of want to get like a lighter weight helmet too. Yeah. And then take it to Lee, but I don't know if he'll like do it after the last time. They're for the right price, Lee. Yeah.
So with my bikes, I coach high school mountain bike teams. And we're in the middle of our race season, and at the races, they've tons of race officials just to make sure everybody's staying safe and everything's going smoothly and everything. So one of the jobs I volunteer for is to be a roving marshal.
So you ride.
So I'm on my bike riding the course while the kids are out racing. If somebody has a crash or there's a problem or whatever, then you can help them a lot more immediately. And I have a radio, so I can radio in if we need medical or whatever. And the bike I ride most of the time was done by Lee, flat black with gold sugar skulls.
Oh yeah.
But the skulls are all made up of like different paisleys and shapes, so it's really intricate and it's really cool, and it gets a fair bit of attention.
I would think so, because nobody has a...
Last race, I took the single speed because it was a pretty mellow course.
Is that the one that has a lot of colors?
It's pink and white and blue sugar skulls, and it looks like a party going down the trail. I cannot believe the attention that bike got. It was crazy.
I can. That thing looks awesome.
It does look good.
So I was curious too. I know did you get the gears Teflon coated?
Yeah, on the single speed.
Yes. How has that held up?
They still look new.
Really?
And since he's done it, and it's a single speed, so I don't put as many miles on it as I do my regular mountain bike, but it's probably got at least 200 miles on it since he did it, and the gears still look new.
Huh.
I'm really shocked. And
that's cool.
And it's butter smooth. It's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that was especially the kids, the high school kids and junior high school kids just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. But with that bike, the other roving marshals and other adults were like, "Oh, wow, look at that. That's awesome." So it's kind of fun. Anyway, we're dragging this out.
Yeah.
Mag holder at magholder.com. Horizontal mag carriers and other things. So go check them out.
Use coupon code Get in the Van.
I have
candy.
And Concealment Solutions at concealmentsolutions.com. Lots of things I'm working on. Not so much that you're going to see right away, but I am in the process of expanding my knife line.
Okay.
Ultimately, I'd like to have my own branded stuff.
Yeah.
And so I've got some samples coming so that I can test them and make sure they're going to be up to what I want. They're going to be higher, the higher end of like an EDC. So we're not talking like crazy expensive.
$100 range?
Yeah,
or like
maybe.
sub-100?
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got some stuff coming to test. There's a fixed blade that I want to test. It's a smaller fixed blade. It's D2 steel, which is good stuff. It's not like crazy expensive, and it's not.
Yeah, it's just a good metal.
It's just a good solid everyday use blade. Mm-hmm. And I've got a folder coming with D2 steel, and then I've got actually I have two folders in D2 steel and two in VG10 steel, which I haven't ever used before. I've heard good things about it, so I'm going to kind of run them through some tests and see how the edge holds up, see how they sharpen, and based on that, I will move forward with either looking for something else or adding them to what we're selling. So that's kind of been fun. And I'm going to be at, for those of you who are in Utah or will be for Blade Show West, that is October 4th and 5th at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. If you're a knife person, you won't miss this show. It's big. They're knife makers from all over the country come in for this. And so it's an opportunity for me to go. I won't have a booth there, but I go and hang out with the custom knife makers that I deal with, that I make sheaths for and stuff like that. Some of them, this is the only time I ever see them because they're out of state. But anyway, so I'll be there roaming around and handing out samples of Pappy's Blade Balm.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I've started adding some fragrance to it, so it has a even more pleasant smell. But if you don't know what blade balm is, this is the stuff you put on your high carbon steel blades to keep them from corroding and rusting and stuff like that. Also will seal up like a wood handle. It's not a bad leather conditioner. It's food grade, so you can put it on kitchen knives and stuff like that, or
hot dogs,
a hunting knife.
Hamburgers.
You can spread it on your hot dog buns.
It might help keep you regular.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Anyway, so those are some of the things that I've been working on. And as always, if you're looking for a holster or a knife sheath or whatever, can't find what you want on the website, feel free to reach out and contact me, and I'm sure that we can get you taken care of. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do a news story.
All right.
This happened in Kent, Washington. A Kent man told KOMO News that the what-if scenarios are adding up following a harrowing incident that resulted in him shooting a person invading his home in the middle of the night. We've heard this before. You hear stories, and you never think it's gonna be you until it is you. Until it's your family, he said. According to the Kent Police Department, the incident happened at 1:27 a.m. Tuesday. The news spoke exclusively with the homeowner, who said he was too shaken to be publicly identified, especially because he was unsure if more than one suspect was involved in the burglary of his home. I can't blame him for wanting to be anonymous. I honestly still keep going back to my bedroom because I'm like, did it happen? He noted, telling KOMO News. He was asleep with his wife when an unknown adult male entered their bedroom and turned on the light.
What?
Yeah. Hey, get up! It was quick. I woke up and there was this giant standing in my bedroom, he said, referring to the fact that he believed the suspect was at least 6'5".
Oh, dang. That's a big dude.
Yeah. It's at that point that he said he jumped into action and began pummeling the suspect with items located on a nearby nightstand. So he just starts chucking stuff at the guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I think being hit with objects helped to push him out of the door, and I had just enough time to run for my safe and retrieve my gun, the homeowner recalled. I bet he relocates his safe.
Yeah.
Or at least gets a handgun safe next to his bed.
Next to the bed.
Other than his wife and daughter being in the house, he told KOMO News, his brother and family are staying with him as well, meaning 5 children were inside the home during the break-in. As a result, he said he stopped at nothing to fire gunshots at the burglary suspect. I shot 2 rounds, he said. I didn't know if I struck him. Hours after the shooting, he would get an answer. Well, he's 6'5". I would think he would be pretty easy to hit, standing in your hallway or in your doorway, but
yeah.
Anyway, around 3:05 a.m., Kent police said they were called to an apartment on the, 1490 blocks, who cares, for a medical call involving a person who'd suffered a gunshot wound. Officers then found a man matching the description of the aforementioned burglary suspect with a gunshot wound to his torso. They then applied a chest seal to the open wound, and Puget Sound firefighters arrived shortly after to continue medical treatment. So he did hit him. Sounds like he had a sucking chest wound.
Yeah.
Police said the burglar, a 39-year-old Kent resident, was taken to the hospital for additional medical treatment. Regarding the shooting, officers said the homeowner had a concealed pistol license and legally owned his gun at the time of the incident. They said he acted lawfully. For his part, the homeowner told KOMO News he would repeat his actions in the future if necessary, all to protect his family. This is my safe house. This is my home. This is where we live, he said. I gotta protect my family. That's just the end of it. So, pretty crazy. Guy walks in and flips the light on.
I know. That's bizarre that the guy flipped the light on.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you never know what's going through their heads.
No, I mean, they're already acting irrationally, breaking into somebody's house.
Yeah.
But kind of crazy. Do you want to do what we did with guns?
Yeah. You go first.
I
got a lot.
Okay, then you go, because I can't think of anything I really did out of the norm.
Okay.
Making holsters and lots of guns coming in and out of the shop.
Jason did nothing with guns.
Not exactly.
I'll talk a little bit about... So, I haven't been doing too much uploading on YouTube and Rumble lately as far as like gun content, just because it's frustrating to do because YouTube...
You work hard and then they just delete it.
And then there's like, I don't know, not very many people on Rumble like subscribed and everything. So it makes it tough to like get the desires to keep making
the motivation.
Motivation. But I did order or purchase quite a few things since the last episode, and so I wanted to I'm going to try and do some unboxing videos. So a lot of this stuff is still new in the box, and we haven't, but I just wanted to announce that I have this stuff and that I plan on testing it. So a lot of you, especially if you guys do like reloading and stuff, then you either own or has a friend who owns a chronograph, because it's like essential to know how fast your bullets go.
Right.
And you can also figure out like the consistency of your ammo, how, shot to shot consistency. If you're getting like big spreads, then, you got to change your load up. So unless it's a handgun and it shoots good, handgun distances. Yeah. But a lot of people get nitpicky on ammo and they want it to be shot to shot consistent, because how fast it goes, if there's a big difference, then over distance, it means you're going to have vertical stringing. Right. But
and a lot of people that are reloading are doing it because they're trying to dial in a hunting load or a precision load for competition and stuff like that.
Either to save money for economic purposes, or because they want something to be more precise than factory ammo, or to replicate some factory ammo that doesn't exist anymore. There's lots of reasons why people should reload.
So what you got there?
So I have a Garmin Xero, but they spell it with the X. Xero?
Xero?
Xero. C1 Pro. So it's a chronograph. And the cool thing about these things is they're like, from what I've, this is still new in the box. I haven't opened it. But Al bought one from NOE. And so I looked at his. But they're like, it's about the size of a GoPro.
Yeah. And that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. It comes in a box and then it has a little tripod. But supposedly, these things, the battery lasts, for a range day. And you just set it up on your shooting table. And it's kind of like those, what are those big obnoxious orange ones?
That's like on a
lab radar or something like that.
That look like a tablet.
Yeah.
A hardened encased tablet. Yeah.
I could be totally wrong, but I think it uses some of that same technology.
Yeah.
Radar or something, so that it basically tracks the bullet and stuff over a distance. And this is just me talking about from what I've heard and done some reading on it. But I think you have to have, like, between yourself and the target, it has to have a certain amount of flight time, or flight distance. And so I think you need like at least 30 yards before the target, maybe 20, 25. But
the big orange ones, you don't.
The big orange ones,
You just set it on the bench.
Yeah. So these ones, you set it up on the shooting bench and then shoot, and it'll.
Oh, I thought you were saying that needed to be 20 or 30 yards down range. No.
And that's what's cool about this one is that you don't have to shoot it through anything. Yeah. So then you're not prone to shooting the actual chronograph, which I know a lot of people who have shot their chronographs.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's kind of cool that you just set it up on your shooting bench and then shoot, and then you can connect it. It has a little LCD screen on the back, and I think you can connect it to your phone too.
Probably. There's probably an app or something.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm pretty excited to use this, because instead of packing up my old, like my Pro chronograph, which it works great and I love it, but oh my goodness, it's just you have to put the legs in, I guess they're not legs, but the little rods and the sun shield and all that stuff.
Right.
And it takes a while, and you got to set it out a little ways.
A lot bigger.
And you have to shoot through the triangle, and it's bigger. But yeah, this it could fit in a range bag without like noticing it even being there. So there's rechargeable batteries. So
I have the FX chronograph.
Yeah, I think it's similar to that.
Yeah. But that one, you can use it a couple of different ways. You can set it on the bench and shoot over it, or you can actually use elastic bands and strap it to the bottom of your barrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I
haven't played with it a ton.
I have a couple of those chronographs also.
Yeah.
And the ones that barrel mounted, but then
I don't know.
This is cool because it will not affect your accuracy at all.
Well, and if you've got multiple different guns that you're testing in different rounds, you're not having to move the chronograph from gun to gun. And
one
stuff
of
like
the
that.
problems with the one that mounts to your barrel that I've had is that, so if you're trying to kill two birds with one stone and sight in something and test the loads, chronograph them, then you're gonna, I mean, you got something dangling
off
not
your
dangling,
barrel.
but strapped to the end of the barrel, and it'll change your barrel harmonics and stuff.
Right.
So, and mounting it on like a bull barrel on an air gun, you know, like on my Crown.
Yeah.
I think it was it the Crown? Anyways, it was having a hard time reading because I think the pellet too far from the chronograph. Anyways, so I'm actually pretty excited about this.
Yeah, it should be cool.
So I might have some other chronographs I'm gonna throw on the classifieds or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should do a giveaway. But yeah, so it's the Garmin C1 Pro Zero.
Nice.
And okay. Also, I had the opportunity to get a few optics from Athlon at a discount to try them out, and so I'm going to do some videos on these. And the ones that I picked, now it's funny because I've not been a fan of prism scopes or prism optics like before, and my basis was I think using the Vortex one, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
lots of things about it. I didn't like how the zero or the one power was not a true one power. It was like you're zoomed out.
Oh.
And so if you zoom, you know, as a variable one.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is dumb. Like, I think it was variable. If it wasn't, then it was dumb to look through it and have it be zoomed out. And it might have been that. But yeah, so for so I got the Athlon Midas TSP3 and a TSP4. The 3 means it's a fixed 3 power, and then the 4 is a fixed 4 power.
Okay.
And it has the reticle etched, an etched reticle. So without batteries, if your batteries run out, then basically you're totally okay.
Yeah.
Unless it's dusk and you need the extra light, or you're trying to hunt and you have a dark animal with a dark background. But yeah, that is kind of a cool thing. So I was thinking it would be great on like an AR-15.
Yeah.
You know, something that maybe you want optics, you don't want too much magnification. Like a fixed 3 power, fixed 4 power would be great. The downside, okay, so I did pull out one. They actually weigh kind of a lot. So, yeah, they're like heavier than like an EOTech, heavier than...
That is...
It's...
surprisingly heavy.
Yeah, it's like they made... Okay, so there's two different things about the heaviness. It feels high quality because it's heavy.
True.
And the glass is really clear.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to... I think you're looking at it backwards. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, now you can see it, right?
I could see it before.
So Jason was looking down the wrong end. But I feel like, you know, if it goes on a gun, like to me, what seems like perfect would be an AR-15.
Not straight in there.
It is.
It doesn't look straight to me, but that's okay.
Well, anyways.
You're looking through it the wrong way.
No, I was just looking at it like. Anyways, we can after I look at it more in depth, we can look at it and see if the reticle is canted or not. But the glass is clear.
Yeah.
It lights up. It can go red or green. Kind of cool. And then the other item that I have here, it is still new in the box, so can't pull it out yet and play around with it yet. But it is the Athlon Cronus ATS 35ML-400.
Ooh.
And what that is a thermal monocular, and I believe this one is I think the ML is for the laser, so it has like a laser rangefinder built in.
Cool.
So it's a thermal
so it's
like
not
a spotting scope, or like just a thermal handheld to look out and range things and look on the field, out in the field or on the mountainside, and see like what you can see.
See what's crawling around in the dark.
Crawling around in the dark. And then I also got another thermal from Athlon because I got it discounted, and I want to test it. And it is, I believe it's the Cronus ATS I think it was 5,400 or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's the thermal scope.
Oh, cool.
So to mount onto the gun. So we have a little handheld to spot with, and then
wanting something like that for an air gun.
That's
varmints.
Yes, that's one of the biggest things I want to use it on, is because I feel like, we don't have hogs here in Utah. We have coyotes.
They're coming though.
The hogs?
Southern Utah, they've been spotted.
Oh yeah.
In Arizona and southern Utah.
That'd be interesting. We should.
I've got customers that hunt them.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
In Utah?
It's not like Texas.
Yeah.
Where you're flying around in a helicopter with a full auto, just mowing them down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's. Hopefully we can get on top of that and
for sure.
Them. Otherwise, they actually are so detrimental to
they devastate agriculture.
Agriculture, but also the natural wildlife.
Yeah.
Because they have basically one of the best senses of smell.
Mm-hmm.
So they can sniff out any little lizard or mouse or critter.
Right.
And because they're omnivorous or whatever,
they eat anything.
They eat anything. So they'll eat vegetation, seeds, whatever, as well as critters. So, you lose your population of critters, and they're nothing really.
And they're really hard on the land.
And they pollute like crazy, like water sources and stuff. Anyways, so I have that, and I think for the first testing stuff that I do, it'll probably be more handy to have it on like an air gun that I can take out. And what I want to do is see if I can find a dairy or something in Utah, and then go at night.
There's plenty. Take
care of some pigeons and whatever. Rats, pigeons, anything that might be nesting at night, and pop them with some Hades.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I have, purchased, and hopefully some unboxing videos and stuff and test videos coming up. I also have a green laser bore sighter.
Oh.
And so I had like this old Cabela's red laser, but it's so hard to see in the day.
Yeah.
And so usually I'll wait till dusk.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
yeah.
I go outside with my gun with the laser in the barrel, and
Yep.
start pointing that at things kind of far, and so that also I want to do a little video on, so stay tuned for those upcoming videos.
Yep.
And then so I did go on a
killing spree,
another ground squirrel hunt, and it was kind of cool because this time I went out and I was camping with my buddy, and so we stayed out in the mountains for 4 days.
Nice.
And got to test out new sleeping kit, I should say.
Yeah.
But it's that, I think I showed it to you, the big Agnes Park sleeping bag.
You told me
where
about it.
The pad integrates with
the sleeping bag. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that sleeping bag.
Yeah.
It's totally awesome.
Yeah.
But you got to know what it is and make sure you got the right pad for it. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I've been using the quilt forever, and that's my favorite.
How cold do you camp in with the quilt?
I've been in. Yeah. We've woken up and there's been frost on the ground.
Okay. And you still you're probably a warm body, huh?
No, I sleep cold.
Like warm body meaning
No, meaning
you get cold easy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
I get cold way easy, so my sleeping bags are always way higher rated than...
Yeah, and this is a 10 degree rated down quilt from Enlightened Equipment.
Okay.
And so the foot box, you can zip it up, and it's got elastic straps that'll go from the edges underneath your pad if you want, or if it's hot, you just use it like a regular quilt on top of you and stick your feet out, throw it off, whatever.
Yeah, okay. So it probably has a lot of the similar features as the sleeping... Did I show you the sleeping bag, all the features it had?
I think so.
It has zippers on both sides.
Yeah.
And so it has like a quilt mode where you can unzip the sides, and you can also, it has zippers at the bottom side, so you can unzip your footbed if you want to open, if you want to just have air come in, or if you want to kick your feet out,
right?
Then you can unzip that, and then
nice.
So if you unzip if you put it in quilt mode, then the top unzips and it's just like a quilt on top of you.
Right. Yeah.
And it has a
like
pouch.
A decent system.
Yeah, it has a pouch for the pillow. So if you bring a pillow, which I brought this little memory foam pillow, shoved it in there, dude. The pillow doesn't move the whole night, and so it doesn't fall off,
lose
slide,
it in the middle of the night.
get on the ground. And because the sleeping bag like basically kind of straps to the pad, then the pad and sleeping bag you don't ever slide off.
Yeah.
The pad. It maintains the position.
Right.
And my sleeping pad has these little kind of like rubber nubbies texture so that it grips the ground or the cot. I was using a cot. And so it doesn't move on the cot at all. And so basically I can toss and turn. I can sleep on my side, do whatever. Yep. And that sleeping bag was awesome. So anyways. But they make some cool stuff, Big Agnes. But anyways, it was pretty sweet. We went out, we were camping, and we took he has a Crown and I have a Crown. And we used they're 22 cal, and we used the Hades pellets, and they worked really well. Yeah. And, they kill stuff dead. It's not as, like, explosive as you would say, like, if you watched my video of the 17 HMR or the 20 practical, like the 20 practical, man.
Yeah, but your pellets doesn't have the weight that
no. I'm not saying that it should. I'm just saying, it kills stuff dead, but it doesn't explode things. Right. So. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. We had, 308 reasons why I was glad I went. Nice. It's kind of a nice number too, 308. Yeah. But yeah. Cool. Spent time, like, I would call it detoxing from society or like traffic and people.
I need to do something. Because I have not gotten out much. I did one bike packing trip in the spring and I have not.
Yeah, I hadn't gone camping much. I think this summer was less camping than for like the last 10 years. Yeah. Like is the least amount of camping. So
I did just get a new tent though.
Oh, what'd you get?
My family all chipped in. My birthday last week, and so they all chipped in. I've been doing research. I've been trying to find the perfect 2-man tent that is small enough, compact enough when it's broken down, and light enough that I can take it bike packing with me. And I've done all this research. I've looked at Big Agnes stuff. I've looked at MSR. I've looked at everything. And all my research, I keep going back to the MSR Hubba Hubba 2. It's $550.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And so I've gotten close a couple of times to pulling the trigger on one, and I just couldn't do it. I've got a lot of tents, by the way, but this one would fill that niche, and it's super roomy, and it weighs 2 pounds 14 ounces.
Oh, that's cool.
It's super light, and it's super roomy inside.
What are the poles made of? Do they use?
They're a carbon fiber.
Oh, carbon fiber.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a type of carbon fiber. Yeah. But anyway, super nice. Anyway, one of the local shops that I like to go to, where we get a lot of our canyoneering stuff, they had a sale like 3 weeks ago.
Is that Out and Back?
Yeah.
I love that store, by the way.
I do too. Anyway, they had them on sale. And that's the other thing. These things never go on sale. They had them on sale for $340. And I saw the ad, and my wife was sitting there, and I was like, holy crap. And I'm like, summers are slow for me, so I have no money. So I'm like, crap. I'm like, I wish I could justify buying this right now. And she overheard me, and I told her, these are almost $600, and they've got them for almost half price. And I wish I could get one. Anyway, that's all I said. Didn't think anything of it. She grabbed the kids. Hey, everybody, let's all chip in and let's get this for them. So they gave it to me last Sunday for my birthday.
That's awesome.
I was shocked. I was like, whoa. So I'm super excited. I gotta go break that in.
Happy belated. How old are you now?
55.
55. Dang, you old. So anyway. You got me by about 10 years then.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was cool. I did do some shooting.
What'd you do?
I'm back on the sparrow hunt in the backyard.
Okay. So just eliminating.
But my wife goes out there and it's like this mass exodus from the chicken coop.
Yeah.
You know, when I go out there, there's nothing. And so I set up in my garden shed with my gun rest, you know, the tripod, and sit there and because when they fly off.
Is this with the Benjamin?
Yeah.
The Marauder?
The Marauder. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
But they always leave little sentinels. They leave little guards in the ivy to sit there and watch and see. So when I leave, then they're like, hey, he's gone. Everyone's gone. The buffet's back on. Anyway, so I see their little heads poking out of the ivy and I pop them.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Anyway, I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we need
Is that a 177 or a 22?
It's a 22.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've got the Hug It Atom moderator on it. Little tiny thing. But we need to wrap it up. But there's one thing I want to make everybody aware of, and I'm going to butcher all of this. Hopefully, I don't know if you can add a link to that YouTube video somewhere, maybe. Anyway, there is a YouTube video, and I can't even remember who it is, but it's a law video. But the Supreme Court recently overturned a ruling that is fairly significant. And I'm going to butcher this, so if you're a legal person, I apologize, but I'm going to do the best I can. In layman terms, there was a ruling a while back. I think they called it the Chevron deference something or other. It was a case with Chevron, and basically what happened was the ruling on that was because it was all this chemical engineering stuff, and you can't expect these judges to understand every aspect of the stuff that they're making rulings on. And so they made this ruling that just said, you know what, we're going to defer to the experts to regulate or rule or whatever, because we don't understand this. In effect, what that did is that gave the quote unquote these expert organizations like the ATF, the FDA, the EPA, it gave them kind of lawmaking power, because the court said, well, we don't understand this, so you interpret it and you say what needs to happen. And as we know, so since that Chevron case happened, there have been 18,000 cases that have made reference to that case, saying, you know, we're justified in doing this because of this case. So, as we know, we have seen, you know, the EPA, the FDA, the ATF overreaching their bounds by a lot. And the Supreme Court just recently ruled to overturn that ruling so that you can no longer use that as justification for, you know, these organizations making these laws. Yeah. Now, what it doesn't do, it doesn't undo those 18,000 cases that have come since then. Yeah. So it's not retroactive, but moving forward, it's null and void, and it basically gives the governing bodies, the courts, the power to exercise law, which is what they're supposed to be doing anyway. Yeah. And they're like, no, from moving forward, instead of just having these organizations interpret for us, we'll just call in expert witnesses and they'll educate us. Duh.
Yeah, that's how it's intended.
how about doing your job, you know? Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Otherwise, you end up with the shoulder thing that goes up.
Exactly. Exactly. So anyway, that was pretty significant. I wish I had more details that I could give you, but I watched this video.
I think that's why
a week ago.
The stuff like the bump stock ban, that kind of stuff, gets overturned because the ATF does not have legislative
right. But what has happened in similar cases, and I'm not saying this is what happened with any of the ATF cases per se, but with the 18,000 cases that went to court, they said, well, no, we can do this because of, you know, this case, you know, gives us justification for doing what we're doing. And where that was ruled that way, then the courts rule in their favor because there's a precedence that already been set. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. It gave me hope for sensible people again. But anyway, go chase it down and look it up, and you can get educated yourself.
Yeah. All right. We are out of time.
Yep. Let's wrap it up.
So
thanks for listening, subscribing, and sharing with your friends.
Until next time, stay safe, have fun.
Go take somebody shooting and be nice to people.